What's up, guys? We are finally here to the finale, episode 25 of Eden Zero, and it's been a journey to say the least. And season 2 will be beginning before we know it, but season 1 has finally concluded, and this episode was absolutely intense. We got to see the battle between Madame Curie and Shiki conclude by Shiki going back and forth with Madame Curie using missiles to try to stop him, but unfortunately it was not enough, and what he did was he used a good majority of the missiles to use the gravity to destroy the shell of the robot that Madame Curie was using. And when this happens, because she was also trying to find a way to destroy Drac and Joe as well, so that way there'd be no problem to the point where she'd be able to win. Now what we see is he gets her from the site after it being destroyed, and he drags her all the way to where Homura and the rest of everyone is, and everyone starts seeing like, wow, Shiki's here, you know. And what we see is Homura is sad due to, of course, losing her master, but at the same time she is also like, I should have helped, that way there could have been something done. But then they realize, okay, look, you know, you can only do so much, and plus you didn't know that your master was dead. And then what we find out, which was really cool, was Shiki literally lays Madame Curie at Homer's feet, and after them going back and forth of, oh, this is what needs to happen to her, this is what needs to happen to her, and he just says, no, this is Homer's decision. Not only was she Valkyrie's disciple, but at the same time she's also Madame Curie's daughter, and that's what everyone agrees upon. So after, of course, Madame Curie being extremely just scared that she's either gonna die or she doesn't need anybody, Homer actually comes up with an idea of telling her, you know, you don't recognize this, and she says no, and it was the doll that she had the entire time when she was little. And what happens is she tells her, look, you know, I didn't need a mother, and that's the reason why that my master went out looking for you, was I didn't need a mother, I need someone to love. And she said, I love my master. And it shows on the memories that they shared and they had together, and saying, you know, a short way of saying it, that I don't need you, stay out of my life. And she was my master, she was my mother. And that's the way it does conclude with that. And she does tell her, stay the hell out of my life. And she basically scares her off, like severely, to the point where she gets so scared she just starts running off. And then when this happens, we see where she's like, yeah, you know, I was able to do this and I was able to do that. Well, then what happens is she gets knocked in the face by a random group of rogues, and when this happens, we actually realize it's actually one of the ones that she burned the face off of, and she remembers. And when this happens, we see where he basically tells her that now it's our turn to basically get revenge on you, and you're going to be our pet like you were saying that we were going to be. And they just start beating her, and they're going to do whatever to her. And Homura goes to, of course, her master, giving the doll to her and saying her goodbyes and saying thank you for, I guess, raising her for as long as she could, until she went to go look for her mother. And what we see is they go back to the ship, and then afterwards we do see that where the narrator, of course, for the Time Oracle, she starts going into how New Change of Power was shown, as well as also how it's no longer that type of a planet. It's a working planet, very well mineral source planet, and then also to where there's a lot of treasures to be gathered by hunters and adventurers. So maybe we're going to see someone else in another universe go there, as well as other characters go there as well. And they go onto the ship and they start talking about Valkyrie being dead. And of course, Sister, she's very upset. She thought, okay, you know, I could build her, and they're saying, no, you couldn't have, you know, all the backups, all the data, all the cloud storage. It wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't be Valkyrie. It wouldn't be the one that raised Homer. It wouldn't be the same one we remember. And so they don't know how to deal with it. Sister leaves, but also Homer actually volunteers to become the new Valkyrie. Like, if it's going to take 4 of the shining stars, then I'm going to become one, and then I'm going to do whatever I can so that we can find Mother. And I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that that was a good homage to Valkyrie, to say, hey, look, you know, I'm going to do what she possibly couldn't do. And don't know exactly how, and then start talking about, hey, you know, they're going to be a different name, are you going to be the new Homura, how's this going to be, and what they do is they start going back and forth with exactly what they're going to do, and they just come up with the Hermit after, of course, Weiser and Rebecca and even Pino and Happy and Rebecca. They're trying to help her find a name. They're like, you don't have to have a new name, just use the name you have, just use Homura. There's nothing wrong with Homura. And so what we see is they start talking about it, and we see where the old man that's supposedly the captain of Eden's one, he just starts talking, not really talking, but just staring after they're just going nuts. And we see where Witch went after sister so that way she could talk to her, and unfortunately they don't know how to deal with their feelings, and she says that all the times that I fixed her up I never thought I wouldn't be able to, and they're on her favorite deck and they're talking, and she's like, keep saying indeed, indeed, and she says, how can you be so calm? And then she realizes that she's crying because they lost a sister, they lost a friend, they lost a comrade, they lost an ally, and they don't know how to deal with it. So she says that we're just going to be by ourselves and we can cry because it's okay. And so that's when they just let out their feelings and they just start crying, and they start showing that, hey, you know, they miss their friend, that they miss who they were looking forward to seeing again after so many years, and now she's gone, and that's how it ends. But at the same time, we see where Shiki kind of has his own little talk with his grandpa, saying that, you know, I've met this amount of friends and I'm going to continue to make more. And at the same time, you know, he even tells him, he says that robots have a death just like anybody else, whether it be a human, whether it be some kind of other creature, that they all have deaths, and we have to follow what they want to do, and we have to respect what they want to do as well. And Draken Joe did get upset because I guess he thought that he was going to be able to get the actual Eden Zero, and he wasn't, because apparently it was a decoy that they were able to create so that way they could escape through the confusion. And even that gets brought up with Ivory as well as Sister as well. So I thought that was pretty cool to bring up, because again, that I actually thought that the real Eden Zero was captured, but it wasn't. So overall, that's how we get to the season finale. And of course I did a reaction to the season 2 teaser that we got. Now again, guys, I did enjoy this episode. I thought it was really heartwarming and touching. I thought it was really crazy, but I did enjoy it. Did you guys enjoy this? What was your initial thoughts of the episode? What was you guys' initial thoughts of the season? I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to come back and start talking more Eden Zero with you guys. I felt like we just started this this journey of Eden Zero, and then it just stops, and then we continue to go back and forth, and I can't wait to continue to talk about it and see where Eden Zero takes us from here. Because again, like I've been saying, I never did read the manga, so I'm hoping that you guys don't try to spoil too much for me. But either way, I did enjoy it. What you guys think? Did you guys enjoy Eden Zeros thus far, even though it was only 25 episodes? We're going to come back even stronger next time with season 2. Season 2 is going to be absolutely amazing from what I saw for the trailer. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Either way, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe and leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are enjoying the content once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.